It is now the third time an Indianapolis Catholic school has made headlines surrounding the employment of a teacher in a same-sex marriage.
Now, all three schools have approached this issue in a different way. This time around, it's been a bit confusing.
Working for you, RTV6's Cameron Riddle looks at why Cathedral decided to fire a teacher and why Brebeuf didn't when both Catholic schools employed a teacher in a gay marriage.
It's the tale of two schools, Brebeuf and Cathedral, dealing with very similar situations but making extremely different decisions. The question left in the minds of many is why those decisions are polar opposites. Last week, Brebeuf Jesuit Preparatory School lost its official status as a Catholic school after refusing the demands of the Indianapolis Archbishop to fire a teacher in a same-sex marriage. Across town, Cathedral High School decided to separate from a teacher in a same-sex marriage, bowing to the pressure from the same Catholic leader. So how could those decisions be so different? Kurt Nelson, the director of Catholic school programs at Marian University, says basically it's about who runs the school.
A lot of people see the Catholic Church and see it as very monolithic and kind of hierarchical. What they don't realize is in the world of Catholic schools, there are lots of different types of governance and ways that Catholic schools are operated.
Brebeuf is sponsored and run by the Midwest Jesuits, who provide funding and resources for the school, leaving little for the school to lean on the Catholic Church for. But for Cathedral, it's a different story. The 101-year-old school is affiliated with Holy Cross Brothers, but is independently run and depends on the Catholic Church to keep its nonprofit status. Without the Catholic Church, the school's funding future would be uncertain.
Cathedral School that doesn't have that isn't part of another network. So if they don't keep their Catholic identity through the Archbishop, they're not a Catholic organization, and therefore they would lose their tax-exempt status.
George Payton is a Cathedral alumnus who knows the teacher involved. He says the headline surrounding his alma mater is not one he's proud of.
When I first saw them, I was not proud at all. I was quite upset.
Payton says while he understands administrators were put in a tight spot, he believes the Catholic school isn't practicing what it preaches.
At Cathedral, I was told and taught to have the competency to see and the courage to act in situations where there's a lot of things involved, and I would have taken it in a different direction.
Payton says the school's latest decision on same-sex marriage leaves the alumni community wondering how the school and the Archdiocese will enforce the Catholic Church's other morality positions on birth control and divorce. In Indianapolis, I'm Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Thank you, Cameron, for that. And the Midwest Jesuits, which supports Brebeuf, says it will appeal the Archbishop's decision to revoke the school's official Catholic status and will take that appeal all the way to the Pope if necessary.